What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see Cassie. Hit me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey y'all, hey. What's good, y'all? What is going on? Let me back this up a little bit so y'all can see me. Slide over a little bit. Slide over, chair. Man, instead of sliding the chair over. I don't know. Try to act like they don't want to move. Hey. What's good, Diamond Pearl? Listen, I can always depend on Diamond Pearl Gym to be one of the first ones they have, not the first, the second one. Hey, boo, what's good, lovely 31 Blueprint, Quintessential, So Jeff, child, what you got? Oh, there's my girl. Hey, but Jessica, hey, boo, there go my boo. What's good, Quintessential? You still at work? Hey, So Jeff. But we're so pleased to have you here. I'll be missing you around these spots, Gert. Oh, I love me a good peach soda. I have to get me a peach Fanta. Child, we here running our mouth, honey. For a good run your mouth, honey. We'll be here as long as my battery allows. My battery is already pulling stunts and shows, so I'm gonna see how much juice my battery allows for and go from there. So what is up, people? Share the video out, like it, all of that good stuff, everything. Do all of the things, like it up, share, subscribe, notification bells, all of that good stuff, because that's what we do here. That is what we do. So, hey Tracy, boo, what's good, honey? What is up? What is up? I'm so glad y'all are here. Mm, I know I ain't been live since Saturday. I know I owe y'all two reviews. I owe y'all Bill Collective, and I owe y'all P Valley. My intention is to have both of them out tonight. That's my chore for the night. Y'all don't even understand the it Bell Collective not so much, but P Valley, y'all, I don't think y'all appreciate how much that takes out of me, that review. It just takes so much. But we'll get it done. Sure. We gonna get her done. Anyway, what is going on, y'all? I got a couple things, couple stories. I'm not sure what time my sis is gonna be live, but I wouldn't call it everything. So Jeff, it was something, but I'll talk more about it in my review. I don't work. We're not gonna talk about it now. We'll talk about it in a review. Sure. Well, we gonna talk about it in the review. When we do the review, we'll be in the comment section, okay? Unless y'all telling me, do y'all want me to do a live review? Is that what y'all telling me? Y'all want me to do a live review instead of my traditional pre-recorded review? I ain't listening to y'all. Do my traditional pre-recorded review, and then maybe um I'll do a panel or something afterward. But I got to do my pre-recorded review because that's what people literally. I have people who literally only watch me for my pre-recorded reviews of scripted dramas. Like people seem to say they like my scripted drama reviews the best. So well, I don't have to be dragging people all the time. A live review of the Sandman. Oh, it's so good. If I could find a panel of people who watch, like I know Abby watched it. I got two more episodes left of the Sandman, so I just got to carve out time during the day. Y'all don't even understand what my life would be like on a daily basis. So I just got to carve out time to watch the last two episodes of Sandman. Child. See if I can find me some people that can talk about Queen Sugar comes back, I think on the 6th. I think it comes back on like the 6th of September. I think that's when it comes out. Um I will say for those of you into Ratchet TV, that Ratchet mess with Bobby Lights on Zeus Television is coming out on Sunday. God help America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. What's good, Sims Overdose Boo? Are you on the road? Okay. What's good, Boo? I see you. See if I can put you up here. Where's your face? I need to see your face, Sims Overdose. You know I'll be looking for your face. Cha, cha, cha. I still so Jeff, we still got people that's trying to watch it. So I don't want to ruin it for those people. But listen, so when we do, y'all let me know. Y'all hit me up with the DM if y'all want to do the if you want to be on the panel to talk about the Sandman, because there's a lot to talk about with the Sandman. It's so good, so much to talk about. Hit me up with the DM if you want to be on that panel. I think I'm gonna do that as a panel. So our first story, we got a lot of stories to do, y'all. I do have some palate cleansers, so don't worry. Um, listen. I went real fast trying to find palate. I didn't even normally with my palate cleansers. I try to do my best to look them over, scour through them, really go through them, and make sure that they are. Listen, I just did a bunch because I was running rush for time. So listen, we get what we get. Ain't gonna be too bad. It shouldn't be bad. We've never had horrible palate cleansers. Let's just be clear. Some days are just better than others, but we've never had horrible. I had a couple thick ones out there for y'all because I know some of y'all have been telling me when you gonna put the big boys, when you gonna have some thick people. So I got one or two thick people. Well, they're thick in my estimation. They might not be thick to you, but they thick to me. Whatever. Was really horrible, but I'll be supporting the gays and OnlyFans girl. Child, that's all they got on there. You know, Ike is on there from Chasing Atlanta and from G Status. Ike is on a child. We talked about that last time. I was like, I ain't gonna child. We ain't even doing it. I don't even have it to do. Child. Since we talk about the girls, yeah, Queen Sugar coming back. I want to say September 6th, something like that. So, let me just start it right back in Final Jeopardy. Let me just take me a piece of candy right now. This first story, I'm gonna get this out of the way now because this is gonna bother some people. Warning, just to warn you, this story is quite graphic. I'm not gonna show the video, but it's quite graphic. So many of us, those of us in the Rainbow Coalition, have seen the videos of the car mowing down four gay black men who were outside of a club in Chicago, and three of them passed away, and one of them is alive but still in critical condition. I've seen a lot of graphic videos in my life, and I will say this is right up there. This is right up there. Like I saw it in my heart immediately. Like it took my breath away just watching it. It literally took the wind out of me. I didn't. It took me a moment to bring myself back together after watching it. It was whew, it was horrible. Um, and there is actually two angles. There's an angle that shows it from like more of an aerial almost view from where you see it coming toward you, and then there's another angle from the back, and it's kind of like I guess somebody's camera angle like that was standing like behind them and the car comes from behind. Either vantage point you see it from, I can't even just it's pretty horrific. It literally took my breath away. Like I and a guy I follow on TikTok, his friend was one of the guys who passed away in the accident, and I mean in the hit and run, and it was ooh, he's pretty, yeah. It, I don't know that words can even describe the horror. Like it was literal horror. Um, like you're talking people getting tossed like toys or rag dolls. Excuse me. It was hard to watch. Um, I don't from what I understand, they have not found the people the person involved yet. Let me read what I have found. A hit and run crash in Chicago on Sunday morning left three people dead and another injured. Authorities say the three men were in the Jackson Park Highlands neighborhood in the 7,000 block of South Jeffrey when the hit and run occurred around 5 a.m. The area is home to multiple businesses, including Jeffrey Pub. The establishment released a statement regarding the incident, excuse me, quote, a very unfortunate tragic incident event occurred early this morning after closing. A small group of people were in the streets and an unidentified vehicle drove past at a very high rate of speed, injuring several people and some deceased. Our hearts heavy this morning that such tragic event has occurred. And to those that lost a loved one or friend, we stand with you, end quote. And that is from the establishment. There was surveillance footage that showed there was a dark colored sedan um, um, traveling at a very high. I mean, he was high rate of speed is putting it mildly. But he struck all four of the men in the middle of the street. Um, there was a from what we understand, there was a fight breaking out at the time. I believe the four men were involved in the fight. I shouldn't assume maybe one of them could have been trying to break it up, but they were all either watching the fight, involved in the fight. They were around the fight that was going on. And the person at a high rate of speed, which is putting it mildly, they mowed these people down and kept going, did not stop. Um, um, yeah, it's I can't like I'm pausing because I'm reliving it. I'm not watching the video on my computer. I'm literally it's going back over in my head, and I'm just literally remembering. It makes you pause and go, wow, just wow. The three victims were transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center where they were pronounced dead. The fourth victim was transported to Stroger Hospital. Authorities say the man remains in the fourth victim remains in critical but stable condition. Authorities have not released the victims' identities, although people have already started to identify them because they were there with them and they were friends. Um, that's they have not found the individual involved. It is. I am not recommending anybody go watch it. Um, I'm not recommending it. It is not something that you should have to see more than once in your life. It is, yeah, because I can't even I literally can't imagine being there watching it. Much less if that had been maybe a friend of mine or somebody that I had gone to the club with. They were at the gay club, and this was at the let out. And if this had been a friend of mine or somebody who I had gone to the club with, and this happened, I don't know what frame of mind I would be in today. Um, I'm not going to try to speculate as to um, what the rationale is for the person that did it. Some people are trying to speculate, say it was a hate crime. Somebody, um, that was homophobic, mowed them down because it was a known gay club. Somebody said it could have been one of the people at the club that was trying to fight them, or a friend of somebody they were fighting. I don't know, so I won't try to speculate. But what I will say is, it is, yeah. It the video footage is not for the faint of heart. It goes to show we have to be very. I don't even really go to clubs like that anymore. But nowadays you have to be very careful because I you never know. You have to watch your surroundings, like things that are going on these days where you got people um at the let out of club. And I mean, whether or not they were about to get in a fight, finna fight, whatever was going on, that doesn't mean that they should have lost their life. Hey, Manchester is blue. That doesn't mean that they have to lose their life for that, especially in the manner in which they lost their lives. Hell, you got people just getting off of a plane and going to pick up their luggage and baggage claim and getting mowed down. I mean, it's stuff everywhere. Whenever I go anywhere, I'm always head on a swivel. Head on. You could be going to the grocery store and all kinds of stuff happening. So these types of atrocities today seem to have no rhyme or reason sometimes. Sometimes there is rhyme or reason, but whatever the cause, whatever the catalyst behind it, I'm just going to say to all of you, all my loved ones out there, Those of you all who are watching this, be careful, be vigilant. And I'm always head on the swivel. When I go somewhere, I'm snatching my head around, looking everywhere. Anybody look crazy? Anybody look? You can't play them games because you never know. If you have friends and stuff like that, that's why I tell my friend, me and my friends, when we go to the club, baby, there is a whole conversation before we go. Hey, boo, we going to this club to have a good time. We're not going to fight. If somebody want to turn up, baby, let them have it. Let them have it. They win, we lose. Fine, as long as we all can go home safely. Baby, you won that hard argument. You read me down. Good, boo. I stepped on your shoe. I'm sorry, girl. You need me to wipe it off for you? I apologize. It's not that serious. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. I mean, and my friends know, baby, we not fighting. We don't fight. We don't do all that fighting and carrying. Ain't no, oh, I'm gonna look for this whole. We ain't doing none of that, honey. None of that. Baby, that's just like you have people at the club or people who you talking to. Sometimes I've seen people be collateral damage in a fight after the club. You talking to some dude, the dude ain't tell you that he got a boyfriend, and then all of a sudden you just, unbeknownst to you, the boyfriend done found out who you are. You didn't even know they existed. They coming at you ready to fight and beat you down. Members of my LGBTQ plus community. Hey, Carolyn Alexander. Hey, Boo. Shondo, Boo. Y'all be careful out there. Y'all remember at Pride? When was that, in January? When they was at Atlanta Pride, when the boy got shot at the let out after the club. You got people be getting stabbed at the let outs after the club. We've seen people get hit and run over by cars at the let out of the club before. We've seen this before at the club. But this, what I saw in Chicago, that took it to another level. Y'all girls got to stop all that. It's not that serious. Baby, I don't have no point to prove. Baby, you win, I lose. If you that man, baby, you win, you got this, baby. Yes, you won, you got it. But it is not worth it. Y'all got to be very cognizant of what is going on in your surroundings, because sometimes it be people who are not even in, and they end up being collateral damage and in the wrong place at the wrong time. In the wrong place at the wrong time. Child, and get caught up in some foolishness. It's not that serious. It's not that worth it. Deepest condolences and heartfelt sympathies to the families and friends and loved ones of these individuals, because I know these are trying times. Okay, especially during this their hour of bereavement like that. I can't imagine someone's mom, or mother or father or family member or loved one, spouse, you know, with watching that tape and not, you know, going into a manic depression or something like that. It's very hard to watch. It's horrific. And I'm sorry I had to start on such a negative or in a bad place, but I wanted to get that story out of the way because I did not want to cover it, because it is something that is very prominent right now in the LGBTQ plus Black, specifically LGBTQ plus community. And we need to, this stuff has to stop though within our own command. We have to start to police ourselves within the Black LGBTQ plus community. Y'all girls got to stop. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, honey. A piece of dick, a piece of ass, it's not that serious for some dick or some booty. Girl, it's just clearly not that serious. Somebody step on your shoe and now you ready to tear the club up. Girl, it's not that serious. Mama, sweetheart, dear one, love bug. It is not that deep. Child, child. It's not that deep. Like I say, I don't even really go out like that anymore. The few times nowadays, you might get me to go out once or twice a year to the gay club. I think last year, did I go to any club last year? 2021? I don't think I went to not one club in 2021. Not one. No, I think I did go to one. I take that back. I did. And I've been to one this year, and then I went to one last year. I know I went to one this year. But what I'm saying is, girl, it's not that deep. It's not. It's not worth the fighting, carrying on. Girl, we ain't doing all of that. So, um, right, dick is not worth it. Child, dick is not worth it. You're right, Carolyn. You bump somebody by mistake and spill a drink, and now, baby, they ready to burn the whole club down. Girl, girl, I apologize. Girl, I will buy you another one. Here you go. Here's a 20. Bartender, whatever they want, go ahead and give it to them. Give them a double, because it's not that serious. It's not that deep. It's just too much. It's just too much. It'd be too much. If y'all ain't trying to kill each other at the let out over something stupid, y'all trying to kill us with y'all monkeypox and and cocoa. It's like I just can't. Look, I'm still in the house. And with that, we need a palate cleanser. What's our first palate cleanser? Please be a good one. I need a good one, God. Please let the first palate cleanser be good. Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go. All right. I guess he'll do for now. He kind of thick. That's one of the thick ones. He kind of thick, y'all. Y'all see him? He's kind of thick. Yeah. Mm, that's a thick little red bone. Sure. Yeah. See what else we got. Oh, hey, boo. Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. I like him. I be watching him all the time. I like T. I like T. He be giving me some good pictures on his Instagram, child. Child, girl, girl, child. And we're back. Child, child. Well, to me, it's thick. Child. Anyway, so let me get some of the bad stories out of the way first, and then we can get to more lighthearted stuff. So apparently, the first dog has now tested positive for monkeypox in the first suspected human to pet transmission. Because this is what y'all got going on. Because people, I guess, are thinking that it's not real out here with the monkeypox until they wake up looking like a monster, and then they realize that it's for real, for real. Baby, you listen. The wrong listen. The wrong wind gusts hit your skin and it make you get goosebumps and get cold. And a bitch, I think you have monkeypox playing around. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have updated its monkeypox guidance to include dogs as animals that can catch the virus. The CDC tweaked its guidance after the first case of pet dog suspected of contracting the virus from its owner was documented in France. A dog living, this is according to The Hill, a dog living with two men in France who were infected with the virus began exhibiting symptoms 12 days after they did, according to a magazine in France. A 4-year-old male Italian greyhound, which has no previous medical disorders, tested positive after showing symptoms such as lesions and pustules on its abdomen. Through DNA testing, researchers determined the viruses infecting the two men and the dog were both monkeypox. Since they became symptomatic, the two men had kept their dog away from other people and other pets, but had slept with the animal in their bed. Other findings should prompt debate, quote, our findings should prompt debate on the need to isolate pets from monkeypox virus positive individuals, end quote, the reports read. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has warned against possible human to pet transmission in its monkeypox guidance. Quote, infected animals can spread monkeypox virus to people, and it is possible that people who are infected can spread monkeypox virus to animals through close contact. Listen, Those who are infected are advised to avoid activities with their pets, including petting, cuddling, hugging, kissing, licking, sharing sleeping areas, and sharing food. While the full symptoms of monkeypox in pets are unknown, watch for quote potential signs of illness, including lethargy, lack of appetite, coughing, nasal secretions or crust, bloating, fever, and or pimple or blister like skin rashes, the CDC warns. Listen, hey little baby boo, y'all out here with the monkeypox, and y'all thinking, oh, me and Fido Spot Rover over here is good. Y'all, they don't get that goddamn dog the monkeypox, and we don't even know how bad it affects the animal. It may affect them much worse than it affects. It may affect your pet much worse than it affects you as an individual. Just throw it all away, right, Tracy? Just throw everything away. It's a mess. Listen. Hey, now. Hey, really, be what's going on? Hey, fam, just coming through to say, hey, get ready to go to bed. Look, you not doing your live tonight, really, be? Oh no, but really, be ain't started school yet. I think y'all start tomorrow, right, really, be? I don't know, but she getting ready for opening the schools though, so she might be tired. You not going live tonight, boo? Y'all let my sis rest. So, or what was I saying? But listen, y'all see all of that shit that they read that you should not do with your pets. Avoid activities with pets, including petting, cuddling, hugging, kissing, licking, sharing sleeping areas, and sharing food. Oh, you still in front? Wait, I thought you had left, girl. I don't know why I thought you was. I don't know why I thought you was home. I thought with your Air France story you had done made it back. Child, child. Y'all pray that my sis get back home safely. Girl. Dear God. Y'all pray that my sis make it home safely. Okay. Girl, don't have us have to, send scathing emails over there to Air France about my sis. Anyway, so white people do all of that shit. They be cuddling, hugging, and kissing. Y'all don't see white people kissing their dogs in the mouth and shit, licking all on their dog. Black people, we don't be doing that kind of shit with our animals. That's just not us. That's just not us. White people always are the carriers of these diseases that come from animals, and then we end up getting it because they asses out here kissing and hugging and rubbing up on animals. Child, y'all gonna get enough of playing with white people. Y'all gonna get enough of playing with them. And with that, we need another palate cleanser because clearly I need something good. Let's hope the next one. Oh yes, the next one. Yes, I need this one. Yes, cleanse my palate. This one's for me, not for y'all. Don't look too hard, because this one is for me. This is my boo right here. I got two of him. This is my boo. Oh, child, I need something down my throat watching him. Mm, mm. Oh, hey, boo. There you go, boo. Hey, boo. Mm, mm. Ooh, ooh. God of mercy, God of love. Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna go back. Child. Ooh, girl. I'm having a moment. I need one more. Let me just go back and forth two more times. Y'all don't look too hard because I'll fuck y'all up by my bed, honey. All right. Ooh, that did me right. Mm-hmm. Ooh, he did me right. Ooh. Child, that was for me, child. Hey, Zap Allen, boom. Mm-mm. Okay, Zap Allen. I have put up some females for my straight guy friends. Zap Allen, if you come in here for my next Run Your Mouth, I got you. I will be sure. Jason be in there, and I've put up some women's is for all of my men who like the women's is, and all of my women who like the women's is. We'll put a thirst trap or two. God, the problem is Al Gore's good internet is bereft, gorged, engorged, I should say, with women thirst trapping themselves all over Al Gore's good internet. You can find them all the time. Anywhere they come a dime a dozen, they all over everywhere. But the men's is they're a little harder to come by. They're more inclined to be wearing clothes. So we have to do all we can to shed a little light on the XY chromosome. But if you need, I've mixed in one or two. Lord, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna go to find them because my timeline don't have a whole lot of them. Right, there's poom poom all over the place, just everywhere. You scroll up, pow, a poom poom. Scroll up, pow, a poom poom. Even on my timeline, even on my timeline, where I don't really be looking for it, here it is. Boom. There goes some cooch. There go a titty. There go a nipple. There go an areola. White girl. There go an ass cheek. There's a labia there. A clit here. An ass cheek there. A tit over here. Some tatas over there. They got all of that. You can get your whole life. And they make a lot of money. Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, where do I go next? Since really being here, let me get my teacher story out of the way. Um, so, and me and Really B are going to be back with Teacher Project 2.0. Don't blame me, blame her. Don't blame me. Well, blame both of us because we both have very busy schedules. Blame both of us. I ain't gonna do that to my sis. I love her. She better not pop out the bushes. Anyway, so in the great state of Minnesota, Minneapolis teachers are outraged after the union contract suggests race-based layoffs. Hey, Xavier, listen. Xavier, you late. Hey, Miss Bathang, boo. Shondo, boo. So let me read this story. The agreement makes Minneapolis one of the only school districts in the country to consider race over merit. After a 2-week long strike, the Minneapolis Teachers Union and Minneapolis Public Schools finally came to agreement. Finally, however, it came with a caveat in regards to layoffs. The new contract suggests teachers would be considered before teachers of color, per ABC4 News. You can imagine the outrage that announcement sparked. Okay, Xavier, we're going to give you a pass today. Don't be late no more. In an effort to revise how the district hires and retains teachers of color, the new contract states that teachers will be subject to layoffs or job changes in, quote, order of seniority, end quote, unless the teacher is a part of an, quote, underrepresented group, end quote. The Minnesota Reformer reported that Minnesota public school teachers of color face job changes and budget cuts at a higher rate than their white counterparts. On top of that, 23% of teachers laid off in 2020-21 in the 2020-21 school year were black and brown, while only making up 18% of the workforce. Y'all see what's going on here, right? I ain't gonna even bore y'all with the whole article. Let me give y'all the gory details. So the in the new contract, the Minnesota Public School District put in the contract that the first it will first when they're thinking about layoffs and different things like that, it's going to go to seniority first, and then they're going to give credence to underrepresented groups. Now, the teachers union says, "Oh no, we don't want no parts of this." The problem is that a whole majority of the teachers union are minorities. Okay, let's just be clear. A vast large part of most teachers unions are minorities. Now, the Minnesota public school system is doing everything in their power not to mitigate the discrepancies in the hiring and firing process, because they've noticed, as they said, um, 23% of the people that were laid off and or fired last year were black and brown, even though they only make up 18% of the whole workforce. So they're trying to mitigate that those numbers. But the teachers union, whose leadership a lot of times are very white and are very yeah, mm-hmm, have said, we don't want no parts of it. Don't give no fair advantages to no black and brown people. We don't want no parts of that. They said, it just should be just it should be equitable across the board. Listen, while that sounds good, teachers union, I'm with the public schools. I'm with the school district in this regard. There needs to be a way to mitigate this. This sounds like when affirmative action came and white people said that wasn't fair. It needs to be equitable. Well, let's be clear, with the systemic racism that has gone on in this country since its inception, there has to be things put in place to mitigate these situations. There has to be things to put in place to actually get some type of equity in this, because it's not equitable. Left to itself, it's not equitable. The whole system is fucking broken. The whole fucking system is broken. So now you have the school district that looks like they're the good guys and the union that looks like the bad guy. Just a mess. A mess. So you got people fighting on both sides. They fighting, throwing jabs at each other from both sides. I'm not gonna read through all of it, but just know it's a mess. A damn mess. Like the shit that's coming out from both sides in Minneapolis. Maybe this will really be on the bed, but maybe this will be a story that me and really be will really flush out on Teacher Project 2.0, because this is a very important story um that could affect a lot of people. A lot of people we know. But all of us know people in the education in the school system and so forth. Keeping in the same line as school teachers and school systems, back to Florida, where we have governor death sentence. God of mercy, God of love. So remember, I told you, I think that was about a week or so ago, that he's given the green light to hiring military personnel, whether or not they have degrees to be teachers. So now he says, where's my damn story? So now, governor death sentence is saying that he wants retired police officers and firefighters to now sign up to be teachers. I'm going to ignore the firefighter part of it. I'm going to go straight to retired police officers. So, what you're telling me is you want individuals who were trained, indoctrinated, and groomed to be systemically racist, bigoted, and to profile every marginalized group across the country. They have been trained to do that. And now you're saying you want them to be the ones that go into the classroom and be responsible for the tutelage and governance and educating of the future generation of this country. So now y'all want the same bigoted, racist police officers not only to profile and be discriminatory and take out our children while they're on the streets, but you also want these same individuals in the schools having authority over them in the classroom as well. Because nothing says I'm a teacher more than me not being able to deduce that you're not a threat to me and I'm going to blow you off the earth. Because I just expect all rational and cognitive reasoning to happen in law enforcement, right? It should probably not be left without saying that this is the very same state that has passed laws that says that teachers can now have guns in the classroom. So the officers that are out on the street patrol that were out on the street patrolling and will blow a black male away for nothing at all, simply because he ain't like how he was dressed, or simply because he ain't like what he said to them, is now in the classroom and can still have a gun on them in the classroom. And they're, y'all see where I'm going with this? Y'all don't see anything coming down the pipeline with this? Some of these people can barely fill out a goddamn police report. Some of them could, have y'all read police reports? But you want these to be the people educating our children. I need a piece of. I didn't even warn y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not even warn y'all. It's sugar spike. That's a whole sugar spike. Listen, I ain't even warn y'all. I apologize. That's a whole damn sugar spike. A whole fucking sugar spike. A whole goddamn sugar spike. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You literally cannot make this shit up. Hmm. Mind you, they're giving these people 5-year temporary certificates. And Florida has never even had 5-year temporary certificate. You get a 3-year temporary certificate. And even with that 3-year temporary certificate, there are things that you have to have done within the first year, or you lose your last 2 years of that certificate. But they're giving these people, some of which have no degrees anywhere in America. And the 3-year certificates were for people who were degreed. You see what I'm saying? Mm-mm. No degree, no nothing. Here's a 5-year. Here's a 5-year. You could be in class, yeah. Because mind you, while you're teaching a full-time load and schedule, and while you got all of this shit, duties, and responsibilities that go along with teaching, oh, magically, you're also going to have time to go to class, right? And do coursework for teaching, right? You're magically going to have time to do all of that, right? You don't have time for all of that? That's what you're telling me? Make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. I can't. I stopped trying to make it make sense. I'm not going to try and make it make sense no more. With that, it's time for a palate cleanser. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's get another one in here. Oh, I need another one from him because he's cute. I like him. Do I have another one? Yeah, there you go. There you go, boo. I had to get some on sugar. I Quintessential gave me a snack, a donation to the snack fund. I'm gonna go buy me some red velvet cookies because I can't. Y'all making me lose my goddamn mind. Anyway, moving on. So should I stay? Let me get Governor Death sentence out of the way now. Since we, hey KER Vixen, boom. Since we already spiking the fuck out. Since we already losing our collective minds. Since we're already down the rabbit hole, let's get Florida out of the way now. And Governor Death sentence. I saw this story this morning. My boo, Cam sent me the story as well. So in my great state of Florida, a Florida court says that a teen is not mature enough to have an abortion. Let me read this to you. A pregnant and parentless 16-year-old in Florida may be forced to give birth after an appeals court ruled she was not, quote, sufficiently mature to decide whether to terminate her pregnancy, end quote. Before I read any further, let me just get this snack on down because my sugar levels, I'm just telling you. Excuse me, y'all. Let me chew on this because right now, the way my sugar levels are set up, just reading that first paragraph just sent me somewhere. Listen, uh, what do y'all want me to do here, people? What am I supposed to do with this? Like, this, this is cereal, people. This is cereal. What do y'all want me to do with it? Listen. Oh, dear God. What do y'all want me to do with this? Let me keep reading. The teenager, who is identified in court papers as Jane Doe 22B, was was appealing a decision by Circuit Judge Jennifer Fried, Friedrichowitz on August 10th that blocked her from having an abortion without the consent of a parent or guardian as required by Florida law. At the time, the teenager was 10 weeks pregnant, the court papers state. But the three-judge panel of the state's first district court of appeals, which covers northern Florida, sided Monday for the most part with Frederick Friedrichowitz. This last name is real long. It's Frydrychowiczz. Yeah, Friedrichowitz or Friedrichowitz. I don't know. Whatever. The teenager, quote, had not established by clear and convincing evidence that she was sufficiently mature to decide whether to terminate her pregnancy, end quote. The ruling. Why does this big thing come over my damn article? God, why is this here? I'm in the middle of reading the article and this big ad came and you can't even press X over the damn ad. That's a mess. This is ads get on my nerves. Why is this here? Go away. Why is this here, y'all? I can't even read the damn article because this stupid ad. And there's no X, there's no nothing. Oh, this is about to piss me off. This is a mess. Where am I at? The teenager. I read that part. All right. um, they went on to say, having reviewed the record, we affirm the trial court's decision under the deferential standard of appellate review set out in the consent law. So basically, y'all, what they're saying is she can't do it now. I told y'all that the child is parentless. So they noted that the teenager is parentless. She lives with her relatives, but also has an appointed guardian. She was also savvy enough to do Google searches, quote, to gain an understanding about her medical options and their consequences, end quote. She is pursuing a GED with involvement in a program designed to assist young women who have experienced trauma in their lives by providing educational support and counseling. The minor experienced renewed trauma, the death of a friend, shortly before she decided to seek termination of her pregnancy. This is um one of the lawyers also remarked that the teenager in question, she completed her petition by hand. She is sufficiently mature to make a decision, saying she is not ready to have a baby. She doesn't have a job and she is still in school, and the father is unable to assist her. It's a lot. Listen, it's a lot of pieces to this. So the girl does seem to be quite um, mentally savvy enough to do this. She lives with a relative. There is a guardian that's not this relative, but the parts that are being left out is who is said guardian? There's the question. And I feel like at 16 years old, and ladies, y'all let me know because I haven't been a 16-year-old girl before in my life. But if you were 16 and you had gotten pregnant, ladies in this chat, do you feel that you should primarily have that decision to decide on what to do, or should it be left primarily and solely up to your parent or guardian? At 16, now 14 and 15 is a different story, but with 16 being the age of consent, if there if you feel like a 16-year-old is cognitively sound enough to make the decision in order to have consensual sex with someone, shouldn't that person also be cognitively, adept enough to make the decision on what to do with the pregnancy that can come from that? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. I do not know. I'm waiting to see what some of you ladies say. Because in my estimation, if I have a 16-year-old who becomes pregnant, I don't feel like it's a parent or a guardian should have sole decision on what that child does with what she does with that pregnancy. But I don't know. This is not a black and white situation. It's a very fluid situation. As long as the 16-year-old is mentally 16-year-old, I say it should be their choice. They said, well, from all of the things that is being said, they say the girl is, quite intelligent. They remarked that when she's the trial judge apparently sees this matter as a very close call, finding that the minor was credible, open with the judge, and non-evasive. The trial judge, they say the trial judge must have been contemplating that the minor, who was 10 weeks pregnant at the time, would potentially would potentially be returning before long, given the statutory time constraints at play to shore up any lingering doubt the court harbored. So they are remarking that cognitively she has the mental faculties, that she's adept enough intellectually to be able to make decisions. But this is another case of them. This is it sounds to me like the court is already falling in line. She ran across some of these right wing judges down here in Florida that said, "Hey, we're not here for abortions. We see this as another way to force you into having this child. Now, where y'all gonna be after she have the child and she needs all kinds of services? Mhm. Where y'all gonna be there? Because the tens of the tens of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money that you're now about to spend on this child once it comes here, what's gonna happen then? This is a mess. I don't know. I just don't feel like that's a decision that should only be up to them. While I'm in Florida, let me get this last Florida story out. This is a good Florida story. This is not bad, and this is gonna be a real quick hitter, and we'll get to a palate cleanser. So, in good Florida news, Representative Val Demings, Democrat, leads Senator Marco Rubio, Republican, by 4 percentage points in Florida's Senate race, according to a poll released Tuesday. The poll released by the University of North Florida's Public Opinion Research Lab shows Demings with the support of 48% of surveyed registered voters who said they would vote in the midterms. Rubio, in comparison, received 44% support, while 7% said they would choose someone else. Broken down by party, 89% of Republican voters supported Rubio, in addition to 36% of voters who either had no party affiliation or whose affiliation was termed other. The poll found that Demings was supported by 94% of the Democratic voters and 46% of the voters with no party affiliation. I'm here for it. Y'all know Val Demings, a wonderful member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I'm rooting for her. We want Val Demings in that Senate. She can take one of those Republican votes away from the Senate and get us closer. See, I'm not looking to have the 50-50. I'm looking to have enough votes that can cancel out Manchin and Cinema. That's what the hell I'm looking for. My magic number is not even 52. My magic number is 53. If they can secure 53 votes, meaning you don't need Manchin Cinema, and you also don't need Kamala Harris, because even if we had 52, I don't know that I trust the Biden administration to do the right thing, simply because Kirsten and Cinema, if it was a 52 to 48, Kirsten and Cinema and Manchin will wholeheartedly vote every time with the Republican Party. I'm all the way sure of that. But with things like putting more seats on the Supreme Court, getting rid of the filibuster and things like that. The Biden administration is still pussyfooting around whether or not they want to do that. And so Biden was sending Kamala Harris over there on some fuck shit, and I'm not here for it. Give me 53, so we'll leave it to them. So that was our good news. Val Demings is leading. We want her to keep that lead and add to it. Beautiful black woman. We're rooting for her. We are rooting for her. And with that, it's time for another palate cleanser. What happened to my? I thought I had a few thick people in this in my palate cleansers. I don't know now. I don't know. This was for me. Y'all don't need to look at that one. That's for me. Hey boo. He's for me. Y'all don't have to look. I do some things with that right there on that sand. Let me see who my next one is. All right, there's one. That's kind of thick. That's kind of thick right there. That's a little thick. That ain't thick. That ain't thick. That ain't thick. Well, screw y'all there. You get what you get. God, can't even make y'all happy. Be trying the best I can. I'm gonna just stop doing palate cleansers, and we'll see how we like that. In um, in interesting news, so y'all know Safari had a sex tape that leaked last week. So I told you I picked my palate cleanser. I started off so Jeff by saying my palate cleansers came real fast today. I ain't have a lot of time. I just picked the first one I saw. Get over it. Safari had a sex tape that leaked last week. I saw it. But the prevailing thing about this sex tape was the fact that that meat left a whole lot to be desired. It did not look like, honey. It wasn't it, honey. Baby, you looked at that sex tape and looked like, that ain't it, Safari. That is not it, honey. So here's what Safari has to say, honey. This is funny. This comes from the Shade Room. Just days ago, Safari revealed plans to pursue legal action against the person responsible for his sex tape scandal. His announcement came after someone allegedly leaked multiple clips featuring himself and social media influencer Kimbella Matos engaging in sexual acts. He said on his Instagram, on his Twitter, his Instagram, quote, I am taking full legal and criminal action. The person who did that is going to pay. I am not letting up either, not letting this one slide. This is a cybercrime and I am pressing full charges. The Vault Uncut, which is where I saw it. If you ain't following the Vault Uncut, all of the celebrity release news or sex tape, they be happening. The Vault Uncut sparked a viral conversation by posting a single video featuring the short clips. As his name continued to trend, Safari promised the person responsible would pay for the, quote, cybercrime. So Safari says people calling him a dick fisher hurts. Then on Monday, Safari seemingly gave insight on why he'll be pursuing legal action. But first, he snapped at a Twitter user who used his lawsuit tweet to poke fun at his penis size. And Safari was not happy with being labeled boyfriend or husband penis. The Twitter user, whose name was Chandri, replied to Safari's tweet saying, quote, It's okay. It's boyfriend, husband, eggplant emoji. Those are the ones you can have every day because they don't hurt. Look at the bright side of this fiasco. End quote. Safari then wrote in response, quote, y'all know damn well I wasn't hard in that video. I don't need any promo to be leaking no weak ass, half aroused sex tape. I'm appalled to be called a dick fisher. Out of everything I've been called in my life, being called that one hurts. You can't fake my OnlyFans vids. You wish. It's unclear whether Safari intended the commentary to be a joke, but he continued tweeting beyond responding to user Chandri. Additionally, he spoke about the effect of the penis on his children and mother. Safari went on to write, quote, at the end of the day, I have kids, and I don't want them growing up seeing that bullshit. I'm good where I'm at in life. Why wait till now to do some shit like that? Y'all can see my meat. It happened. Y'all can see my meat. It happened. But I don't want nobody seeing me have sex. My mom sees everything. Like what the fuck? In his second tweet, Safari seemingly hinted at his 2018 sex toy deal, which involved a 12-inch dildo inspired by his penis. Even though the Love and Hip Hop franchise star was comfortable selling a model of his manhood, he isn't interested in porn. He also tweeted, quote, I have bad friends telling me to redeem myself and make a new vid and show them what time it is on my OnlyFans. I'm like, bruh, I'm not a porn star. Girls know me. Girls know me saying, ugh. They know what time it is. The rest of the world don't need to know. The internet is a wild place. Up to this point, the other person featured in the sex tape, Kimbella, has seemingly remained hush online about the entire ordeal. Meanwhile, Safari's ex-wife and mother of his toddler daughter and son gave her theory last week about the leak. And here's what Erica Mena said. Quote, can you even sue yourself and your paid partner if you were both the blank? Never mind. What she's saying is you leaked it yourself. Child, now y'all remember last year they had Erica Mena and Cambella had that whole thing. Cambella Matos had that whole thing where they was going back and forth um about Safari. So Jeff, I'm with you. It looked soft to me. It did look like it was Safari. Now Safari girl. Safari as a dick whisperer myself. I saw the tape. And that's been the whole thing, Safari. Everybody always say you always got to catch yours at the right angle. You got to be at the right angle with the right lighting, at the right, closeness and everything. I'm just saying. Now, wait a minute. The fact that you came out your mouth and said the worst thing you've ever been called is a dick fisher, that's the worst thing, right? You worried about your mom and your kids seeing it. Safari, your dick been all over Al Gore's good internet for the last umpteen years. You got a whole OnlyFans page out there. And I think I saw him fucking on the OnlyFans. Well, the videos that leaked from the OnlyFans. I think it was like one video where he was, I don't, been so long ago. But your dick is all over the place. You stroking it. You doing all kinds of stuff. But you worried about your mama. Talk about your mama see everything. Well, baby, your mama done seen your dick all over the place. You worried about your kids seeing. Well, your kids gonna see your dick all over the place. I mean, what's the difference between them seeing your dick, them seeing you stroke your dick, or them seeing you fuck somebody? Either way, it's all a goddamn same. You trying to make it like, oh, I'm not a porn star. I just sell sex toys and uh likenesses of my penis in stores where they are, or online where they also sell porn. He confirmed that it was him. He absolutely confirmed that that was him in the sex tape. I'm just saying what we saw, because it could be a situation. You know how you have some men who, by themselves, they might be have a raging, dick, and then when they get and when it's time for them to really get down, and it's time for them to have sex, this shit can never stand up to where it's supposed to stand up to. You ain't never been with somebody who you try to have sex with them and they dick can only get halfway hard, and you like, bruh, the fuck is this? The fuck I'm gonna do with this half hard dick? That might be his situation. I don't know. I never believed it was 12 inches. You know 12 inches when you see it. He ain't never had 12 inches. I'm just saying. Now, if you told me Marshall Price, okay, I'm with you. Marshall Price probably got like 12 inches. I'm gonna give Marshall Price about 11, maybe 11 and a half. But as Safari's opinion is nowhere near the size of Marshall Price's. Let's be clear. Anyway, Safari, go away. Just go away at this point. Now I'm gonna tell you, his penis is only claim to fame. And so he has every reason to be mortally and gravely upset about this, because that is the only thing that makes him famous. Nobody wants to see him. Nobody wants to hear him. Nobody wants his goofy ass around. The only thing they want from him is payment. And if you can't, you know, give us the meats, then you serve us no purpose. You will fade into oblivion, never to be seen or heard from again. You don't make good music. You ain't that cute. I mean, you got a nice body, but from the neck up, you ain't all that, boo. I'm just saying. You getting older, boom. He's trying to hang on to that last little bit. Let it go. Let it go. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Safari, but just go fade into black. I mean, nobody's going to you for any advice musically. Nobody's going to you because they need connections to nobody. Nobody's looking to you for anything, Safari, except for your opinion. They gonna stop letting you into the clubs in the VIP because you ain't got no more meat. So he has every reason to sue. I mean, if I was Safari, I guess I'd sue too if that's my main claim to fame. If that's the only semblance of relevancy I have, why the fuck wouldn't I? Sir, you need to find a second career. Maybe you need to go start doing porn or something to prove to people wrong. Because you're gonna have to do something. Because all that talking you doing, mm-mm. The proof is in the pudding. The people want to see it now. Now you might need to go do your porn. Now you need to go redeem yourself. Because ain't nobody gonna believe you no more. I'm just saying. I mean, you got little skanks that's gonna believe it because they just skanks and whores. But the general public, we ain't buying it no more. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Sorry, boo. Anyway, in other good news, Let me put a palette cleanser to cleanse our palettes from the sight of or from the thought of Safari's peen. There's one. There you go again. I like this picture of him better. With the speaking of peen, y'all see that print right there with the dog? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So, hey, Weezy F. So, in good news, now that we've talked about peen for the last 10 minutes, because nobody can talk about peen like we can over here. This is peen central. All right. So, a group of correctional officers have been awarded $1.5 million as a result of being prohibited from protecting Derek Chauvin in the May 2020. I'm sorry, in May 2020 because they were of color. Oh, yes. They stopped a whole group of correctional officers from being able to be around the be around Derek Chauvin and everything, and now those officers about to get paid. This is according to Complex Magazine. ABC News reports that the 8 officers claimed that they were being racially discriminated against when Steve Ladon, former superintendent of the Ramsey County Adult Detention Center, disallowed any corrections officers of color from coming to the 5th floor where Derek Chauvin was held. Ladon retracted the order around an hour later. The incident prompted a few officers to reach out to the Minnesota Department of Human Rights to file discrimination charges. Then, in February 2021, 8 officers made allegations of discrimination and a hostile work environment, citing the Minnesota Human Rights Act. Devin Sullivan, Stanley Hafaka, and Nathaniel Gomez Hosting also said they faced retaliation for filing the charges, emotional distress, and loss of income. Ramsey County Board Chairwoman Trista Mattis Castillo issued an apology to the officers, but that wasn't enough. Quote, the actions taken by Sheriff's Office leadership that they were more than just wrong. They were racist, heinous, highly disrespectful, and completely out of line with Ramsey County's vision and values. No one ever should have questioned your ability to perform your job based on the color of your skin. End quote. Chauvin was the officer who was on duty that killed George Floyd, and we know what happened later. So get them every dime they deserve. Pay them people. So what these racist ass white people, they gonna protect they white people. They don't want no parts of protecting black people. They want no parts in protecting black lives, but they're gonna protect the white people who kill black people. That's what we got going on, right? So, and this is why we are screaming from the rooftop that the entirety of the criminal justice system needs reform. Just throw the whole shit away and start the shit on over. Because there is a travesty of justice. Not only there's a travesty of justice with discrimination, racism, and profiling, not only on the ground level with law enforcement on the ground, but even inside the prison and jail system, when you have correctional officers that are being told that they cannot do their job, they're not allowed on the same floor as Derek Chauvin simply because they're black or brown, and they're not allowed to be on that floor because they think that magically they're scared that these officers are going to take their own vigilante justice like Derek Chauvin decided to take his vigilante justice. But let's be clear, if black people did to white people what white people were owed or deserved, none of y'all white asses would still be on this earth. Let's just be brutally honest about it. But we, through the grace and mercy of our Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ, Allah, Buddha, whoever you pray to, Confucius, Mary, Mother of Jesus, whoever you pray to, Rastafari, whatever. Because of whomever, whatever higher power, or if it's your own inner self, we choose not to do y'all like y'all deserve to be done. We choose not to retaliate the way in which we should. So those white ass men that were in the leadership down there to the correctional facility knew Derek Chauvin was owed justice. They were in fear that he would get the justice that was served to him by having somebody else take his ass out. They were in fear of that. And so they decided, oh no, it is our sworn duty to protect the citizens as long as they're white, Christian, heterosexual. They're white, Christian, heterosexual. And what's the other one? Male, white, Christian, heterosexual. Yeah, there we go. There's the four. Look, they have that. We are sworn to protect them. Anybody else? Die slowly. A mess. Give them people that money. Give them every dime. Every dime. Mm-hmm. They deserve every dime and more. I'm here for it. In other news of institutions that do the wrong thing, put a 27 in the chat if you happen to um to be Baptist. If you qualify yourself as being a member of the Baptist denomination, put a 27 in the chat. I'm just asking while I read this story. So the Department of Justice has a probe into the Southern Baptist Convention, saying that the they have a probe that is now being centered around the Southern Baptist Convention. So let me read this for you. Church leaders said the denomination is under investigation over sexual abuse allegations. The Justice Department has opened an investigation into the Southern Baptist Convention, a major Protestant denomination with deep ties to the conservative movement, over allegations of sexual abuse, church leaders announced Friday. If you hadn't heard about it, that may be because Republicans, who basically attacked LGBTQ people as groomers, have largely been silent about accusations by hundreds of women and children alleging the Southern Baptist Convention officials or employees sexually abused them. It's a political inconvenience for the GOP, and this is by one of my favorite authors, Jahan Jones. In May, the Southern Baptist Convention leadership released findings from an investigation conducted by an outside firm that accused top church officials of covering up reports of sexual abuse for 2 decades. And the Justice Department's probe is likely to uncover more damning information about the church's handling of the allegations. The timing couldn't be worse for the Christian nationalist movement, which believes the U.S. is divinely favored by God and wants the country's laws to be based on Christianity. Several church leaders have publicly promoted Christian nationalism and MAGA ideals within the Southern Baptist Convention, the second largest Christian denomination in the country. The GOP writ large the GOP writ large is almost uniformly invested in a Christian nationalist agenda, with some of its prominent members beginning to openly embrace the movement, including Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia and Pennsylvania gubernatorial candidate Doug Mastriano. And the conservative tilted Supreme Court has issued multiple rulings that serve Christian nationalist interests. So, There's a probe into the Southern Baptist Convention. I'm here for it all because they were turning their nose up at the Catholics when they had their whole sex scandals. Now they have their own. But we know what's going to happen. They're going to try and sweep this under the rug, and they're going to say, oh, there's nothing to see here. There's nothing wrong with any of this. This is a lie. This is a travesty of justice. This is, you, you know how this is going to go. You can already see the talking points. You can already see the talking points. This is politically motivated. So us looking into the allegations of sexual abuse to women and children by leadership in the Southern Baptist Convention. The fact that we decided that we need to look into this is politically motivated, right? This shit has been going on for years. Years. Now, if you remember, the article said that they did their own private investigation into the situation from a private firm. Magically, all you found was women and children. I would venture to guess and tell you is some men in there, and some of those children are little boys too. But you don't want that to come out. Oh no. You'd rather be seen as a pedophile and as a rapist than you would a homosexual. This Fanta is extra good. Extra good. We can't be surprised. This is par for the course. And I would venture to guess if the Department of Justice did a probe into every denomination in Christianity today, they would find a lot of the same. Because a lot of those different the AMEs, the Episcopalians, the Presbyterians, the Baptists, the Pentecostal, all of them were turning their nose up at the Catholics when they had their scandals as if they were pious and holier than thou. And all of them knew they had all of that and more going on within their own walls of their own church. We don't all sit in church. We all know the shit that goes on in church. Let's just be clear. We all know how many people the pastor is sleeping with, both woman and man. We all know there are certain corners and crevices of the church that you don't want to sit in because you don't know who booty juice, coochie juice, or what semen and nut is all over that area. You don't want to sit over there because they don't got somebody done got bust down in that area in the church. You know how many bust downs go on in the church? Child. Y'all don't want to say nothing because y'all know I'm telling the truth. I'm sorry, we hitting touchy subject, but y'all know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. And it's okay. I don't need no amen from the amen corner today. I grew up in church. I know all about it. Can't tell me. Baby, listen. The pastor sits on that pulpit scoping them out. Do you hear me? There are pastors that there's some pastors that are damn near predators. Goddamn predators. They sit in that pulpit and they be preaching a powerful word, and they will scope them out. And here's I know pastors they could teach you the blueprint. You'll say something, you'll lock eyes on a certain person that you want. Hey Janae, you lock eyes on them and you give a nice hoot and holler when you lock eyes on him or her. And then if they give an amen after that, you already know you in there. That all you got to do is say, "Let me talk to you after service." After service, you conveniently go up to, "Hey, sister so and so, how you doing? Hey, brother so and so, how you doing? How's the family?" Child, Y'all know y'all ain't got listen. I don't need no amen from the amen corner. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Child. One moment they in the pulpit preaching fire and brimstone and how the gays are gonna burn in hell. And later that afternoon, after church let out, he's sitting behind his desk in his pastor's office, and underneath the desk is the same gay man punk F bomb or whatever you called him from the pulpit, slurping you down. Y'all don't want to talk. Y'all don't want to talk to me today. Y'all do not want to talk to me today because y'all know I'm telling the truth. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. But this Fanta is extra good today. Cause baby, I've seen it. This shit happens over and over and over. We've all seen the stories over and over and over. How many of the daughters of the pastor that been bust down in every corner of the church? We don't all seen the pastor's daughters. They want to talk about, oh no, we're not here for abortions, but y'all got a whole regimen of Plan B pills at y'all house ready to go. Hell, y'all keep them shits in the goddamn middle console in your goddamn car. As soon as y'all leave church, because you know your daughter just got to get bust out. Girl, pop this in your mouth because we ain't having no kids around here. I've seen it. Y'all don't want to talk to me today because y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all not want to talk to me today, and that is okay. Girl. Y'all got a lot going on. Mm-mm. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Speaking about, did y'all see the pastor up there begging the people for money? Talk about they ain't buy him some Movado watch or something. Y'all don't want to give me no money. Bitch, you better go out there and get you a goddamn job. But you got 20 people in this church. That church did not look that big. You probably got 20 people in this church. You ain't got no job, but you want them to buy you all kinds of expensive watch. Y'all won't do that. Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, the same God who you be up there preaching will provide for the parishioners is the same God who will provide for you. Just like you told me, God will provide. God has not seen the righteous forsaken and all of that. You ain't righteous. So why has he forsaken? Has he forsaken you? You not righteous no more? I thought God was the God, you know. I'm just saying. Y'all don't want to hear me today. God of mercy, God of love. That man was over there yelling. He was real mad. And he seemed real young too. That's one of them young pastors too, child. He seemed real young. Baby, he was up there. Y'all didn't see the video of the man yelling? Baby, he was up there yelling. He was up there yelling, screaming and hollering about how they wouldn't give him no money. Bruh, bruh, get your life in order. Anyway, do I have time for another story? I'm ready to go. I did have a story on Trey songs. I don't think I want to do that. Do I want to? No, I don't want to do the Trey song. Do I want to do the Omarion and Be Too Gay? Mm-mm. Do I want to do the story about the mother who was arrested at the funeral home? The mother who was arrested after the funeral home after the baby died while unattended in the bathtub? No, I think we'll stop here. We're not going to talk about how Trey songs show. How did We're not going to talk about how Trey Songz, lawyer is saying that one of the women was bribed to say that he did things to him. We also not going to talk about the fact that many people close to Trey Songz said that if they did a surviving Trey Songz instead of a surviving R. Kelly, it would be far worse than what R. Kelly had going on. That's what the people are saying. Baby, they said if you did a surviving Trey Songz, the things that would be unsheathed, child. Well, Trey ain't really did nothing. It's just he is his a woman claims that an attorney um offered a bribe to her to lie about Trey Songz's sexual assault. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. But my thing is, what the people are saying is you don't even need her. If they really went and did some digging, and it wouldn't take a whole lot of digging, just some asking, they would find out a whole lot of shit. Hmm. One thing about it is, if you're Trey Songz, and you have that amount of money, that amount of fame, that amount of dick, and notoriety, you should have any number of bust downs. You'll pick up the litter. I mean, I'm all for canceling Trey Songz music because he never really had no song that make me go, oh, I just gotta hear this Trey Songz bop. I just need to hear this song by Trey Songz. I mean, unless he's singing his version of the Three Billy Goats Gruff with him, Jussie Smollett, and who is another one that sings like that? Well, I call them all the three members of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Unless they make it a group called that, I really don't want to hear him. And then I don't want to hear him. Now I can look at him and his meat all the time. Maybe he can go into the sex industry. Maybe that you missed your call in Trey Songz. You could have went into the sex industry. If you are here for busting people down at every stretch of the imagination, I mean, you working with a little something down there. You got a cute face, a nice body. You can go because singing is not your deal, honey. And if you going into the sex industry, sex worker industry, you get paid to bust people down. You get paid sometimes to abuse the person that you having sex with for the fantasy of it all. That's all a part of the contract. And now you don't have to be accused of raping people and all kinds of stuff. You missed your calling. It can be a very lucrative business being a sex worker. I'm just saying. So listen. Exactly, Xavier. Please tell it for the people in the back. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. I really didn't feel like going down, but the lady said she was for $200,000. I got to get up off here, y'all. I got a conference call. I'll call y'all back. I got to get off here. I forgot I had a 7 o'clock conference call. Listen, as I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. Hey, Kaz, boo. I love you. I got to get off here. Forgot I had a 7 o'clock conference call. I'm up out of here. Until next time, y'all contribute to the snack fund if you want. You know, we here. Until next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.